Didn't you know that you were loved? Didn't you know that you were chosen? Didn't you know that you were beautiful? Didn't you know that you were enough? Be Real thinks you're kind of dope too. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk today with another moment in the meantime.
Hey, it is your girl, Be Real, and I thank you so much for joining me for another moment in the meantime. I pray that your day has gotten off to an amazing start with the beginning of a new month, so I pray that your month has gotten off to an amazing start as well. If it has not, it's okay, because we still got some more time left in the day, left in the week, left in the month for everything to be exactly what it is that you're hoping it will become. So yeah, I hope everything is getting off to a great start for you. For me, I'm super excited about what this month shall hold. I'm really believing for just a fresh start. Like, I feel like the year has kind of been, just a little like but we've been pressing through just fine, and I just believe that, I don't know. I just believe that things are turning around, things are getting better, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the month. I'm excited for the rest of the year, because I just believe that things are getting better. And it could be that I am an optimist, but if you're not one, I would encourage you to become one, because it just helps to be positive about life, period. Like, it just, you help out your blood pressure and all that good stuff like that. Just chill out a little bit. So I am being very optimistic that this is the beginning of a month that's going to be great. So yes, I hope that you're believing that with me as well. How y'all been doing? Y'all good? Good. Yes, I'm imagining hearing y'all saying that y'all are good or whatever. But yeah, I am. Yeah, here. Yeah, today is Monday. Sorry, I completely got off track right then. But today is Monday, and of course, I typically jump in with an episode on Wednesdays. Been kind of trying to do the little midweek thing, but I just really felt like I wanted to jump to Mondays, at least for this week. I wanted to do it on a Monday, just to kind of jump in with this word that is kind of, it's very simple, but I think it's very necessary. And so I just wanted to kind of share with you guys today. If you're caught up on the episodes, you listened to last week's episode, you know that I launched ITMT, the Academy. And with that, we are, just a community of Christian single women who are trying to do it, the cool way, the dope way, the right way, enjoy it, have fun with it, spend the time learning ourselves, and, just really becoming decent human beings, right? And so our first Be Real by Be Real session was just basically affirming us and letting us know that, hey, you are wanted. So last week's episode reflected that session where we just talked about, hey, you're wanted. Like, sometimes we may feel like, oh my God, I've been too ridiculous in life to still be wanted by God or by anyone, but hey, you're still wanted. That's what we talked about, and that's just been the thing really ringing in my spirit. And so we're continuing with that as we go throughout the entire month of May, just really pressing into the fact that you are wanted. You're wanted by God. Hopefully you're wanted by yourself, and it's somebody out there in this world, in this big old world, who wants you as well, whether that is relationally, or professionally. You are wanted. So my hope and my prayer is that, you're not just kind of walking around in life feeling like, I'm not wanted. Like, that's just, I hate to even consider the fact that people feel that way, because I feel like there's something special about everybody. I believe that, I think my dad says this, he may have gotten it from his mom, but I'm not sure. But the fact is, there is some bad in everybody, and there's also, no, there's, wait, how does he say it? Wait a minute. He says there is some good in the worst person, and there's also some bad in the best person. I probably just said that my own way, but that's the gist of what I've heard him say before. And so even if you consider yourself to be a bad person, like, I've done the worst things imaginable, I'm just here to tell you that you're still wanted. You've still been chosen to just be or to do a thing, you know? So, with that in mind, with the thought in mind of you being wanted, and we really just press into the fact that God still wants you and all that good stuff. This week, I have a very challenging question that came up for me probably a couple weeks ago, and I want to share it with you all. And I had to make sure my computer didn't die. Yeah. But I was challenged with the question like, "Yo, Britt, do you want you?" And so I was like, okay. And like, I'm the type of person, I welcome self awareness. Like, I like to do journal prompts just to kind of see where I am with myself. Like, okay, Brittney, like, have you, I like to do self checks. I like that is the thing that kind of keeps me together to really look at myself and be like, Brittney, are you really, are you who you say you are? I just I like to hold myself accountable. I think that's important. So when that question came up, I was like, I really welcomed the dig that I would have to do to really get down to the root of whatever my answer would be. Like, do you like yourself? Do you want yourself? If you were presented to you, would you want it? You know what I mean? And so that's the question that I'm asking you today. Do you want you? Sometimes we want everybody else to want us. We want God to want us, and He does want us, right? We want other people to want us. We want, when we're putting in applications at jobs and stuff like that, we want them to want us. But the fact is, like, do you want you? And yeah, and I don't know, like, if y'all watch Insecure, but Issa, she jumps in the mirror. Every time she jumps in the mirror, it's like a whole conversation with herself. She rapping or she talking. And I do much of the same. And so, I'm just thinking like, girl, when you look in the mirror, like, do you want this? Like, what you looking at? Like, physically, do you want this? Are you okay with this? And, I had to keep it all the way high. And I just had to be like, well, girl, we've been better. We've looked a little better. Just be, just be honest with yourself and like, okay, like we've been better. Like, I ain't mad at you, but we've been better. So let's try to get back to the better that you've been before. And it just, when you look at yourself like that and you invite a good self check, it only opens the door for you to really hold yourself accountable to being the best version of yourself. So basically, at the end of the day, like, look at yourself in the mirror and like literally physically look at yourself physically in the mirror and say, hey, do I want this? Before you try to serve this up to somebody else, before you try to serve this up to anybody, okay, just do you want that? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about looking at like, oh, I don't like my freckles, but because clearly God gave you those freckles. You know what I'm saying? So the things that you can change, what you can't change, accept. And so if it's something about yourself that you looking at that you can change and you don't like, then go ahead and start changing it. Like, start working on that thing. And it doesn't mean to begin to hate yourself while in the process, but it's just saying like, hey, I love myself, but at the same time, I can be doing a little better. So what am I doing? All right. You know what I'm saying? Because I need, accountability or whatever. But basically, like, I'm just trying to eat like I got some sense. Like, I know, first of all, with COVID-19 going around, ain't nobody at the gym. Okay, cool. But at the same time, it's like, what can you be doing around the house? Like, and I'm the type, like, I ain't too much of a TV workouter type person. But, girl, go up the stairs a little more. Like go up the stairs a little more. You can stop at stair number 4 and do like 14 squats. 4. You can do like 4, But seriously, like, you can be doing little things that's getting you closer to your goal. You know what I'm saying? And for me, choosing my food wisely has always worked a little better for me than working out. So even like choosing, like, okay, so today I'm not gonna eat no bread. Okay, today, or not even today, but like, I know for me, like, a choice has been like, I'm trying to drink water as much as possible. I've had a lot of juice lately too, but as long as there ain't no Coke, I feel like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? But I always just trying to check my sugar situation. Like, are you taking in too much sugar? Because guess who don't want diabetes? Me. If you got it, God is a healer. You know what I'm saying? But for me, if I ain't already got it, I ain't trying to get it. So it's just like really, really, really like looking at yourself and saying like, okay, what can I be doing to make myself better? Because I want me. I want to like my body. I want to like the body that I'm living in. Like, it's just like, do you want you? And so, of course, physically is one take of looking at the situation, but then like, emotionally, like, do you want you? Like, do you want the mood swings that you be serving up to everybody else? For real? Do you like the way you talk to people? Like, if somebody were talking to you the way you talk to others, would you be okay with that? Would you be accepting of that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like really looking at yourself, saying like, hey, do I want me? Like, really? Because we be really trying to, especially trying to get in these relationships and trying to be in a relationship and trying to like love somebody and trying to have somebody love you. But it's just kind of like, you really, sometimes if you really just take a look at yourself, you really, really, really not acting that wantable. Like, you're not acting very desirable right now. Like, your attitude is trash. You are always negative. You always flipping out. You're always making something about yourself. You're always just annoying. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about y'all personally, because I don't know y'all like that. But sometimes you really have to take a look at yourself and say, yo, is my attitude desirable? I know one thing that I often have to check, like I often have to check is like my, I don't want to call it a mood swing, because I don't really think it's a mood swing, but, well, it might be. But literally, like, when I get mad, man, I just like, I go in, like, I don't stop until I know I have completely annoyed your whole day, right? And I don't get to that point often, but it's not a great place, because once I have like pushed every button of yours that I can push, then I'm okay. But once I'm okay, now you not okay with me, because I didn't push every button that you got. So now for the next 2 days, or however long it take you to get over your anger, I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm not even mad anymore. So it's just like, that kind of stuff is silly. And it's just like, I know that that's something I constantly have to work on. So it's just about being aware of who you are and how you are, and trying to do what you can to change what you can about yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you think about, spiritually, are you operating in the fruit of the spirit? Are you really, come on, like, when you are being nasty with people, when when you acting in a way that is not desirable. And so Galatians chapter 5, yeah, my leg is asleep. Oh my God. Help, Lord. Help, Jesus. Okay. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22 and 23 says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperaments. Against such there is no law. See, this is why I don't read King James Version, because it's always something random that kind of tie up my tongue. But, okay, I'm going to read it again, because I can't read. Amen? Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperaments. Against such there is no law. So we're kind of given a guide here of like, this is the way, we should behave. We should behave, in a way that gives off love and joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness. And I think that's what I'm really trying to say. Gentleness is not my strongest trait. Like, it's just not. Sometimes I'm just because I can be direct at times. Either I'm quiet and just won't say anything at all, or I'm letting it fly. And I don't feel like I'm being mean, but I'm not really being gentle. And so because I'm not being gentle, makes the situation 20 times worse than what it got to be, right? So, when you look at these and you listen to this, like, here's a whole guide, of traits to attain that would make you more desirable. So it's just like, are you even working towards being a person who operates in the fruit of the spirit. You know what I mean? It says against such there is no law. So that just means, this is what you need to be. Like, you ain't gonna be doing wrong by acting in joy, peace, long suffering, and all that stuff like that. Like, you ain't doing nothing wrong when you act out of the fruit of the spirit. But when you move outside of that, when you're not acting within these confinements, that's when, like, it's a problem. Like, now there is a law against all the other stuff that you can do that is completely opposite to the fruit of the spirit. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense. But really, like, today's episode is just like an opportunity for both you and me to stop and just say, hey, before I talk about anybody else wanting me, before I try to, market myself for a relationship or market myself for a business or a brand or whatever you got going on in your life, before you try to make yourself or put yourself out there, where you have to be wanted by others, you really need to look at it and be like, yo, but do I want me? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want me? Like, am I putting enough into myself to be wanted? Like, you have to be honest. Like, that's the thing. Like, in order to do this, in order to attain this level of self-awareness, you cannot be lying to yourself. You can't be, acting like you own when you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, cut that out. You can't be acting like everything is peachy when it's just not. So you have to, like, really, really, really take a good look at yourself. Really take inventory and say, hey, do I want me? Like, if I was serving up me to me, would I want me? You know what I'm saying? So that's just the question for the day, for the week, I guess. Do you want you? Like, do you want you? Do you really want you? Brittney, do you want you, girl? And I looked at myself and I looked at, from the physical to the spiritual, and I was like, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? But I can be better. And that's the thing we have to recognize, is that we can always be better. Okay? So that's just kind of where it is today. And I just want you all to really, really, really understand that you can be better. But before you market yourself for a relationship, for a job, for anything, really ask yourself, like, do I want me? Like, do I like what I'm serving up to somebody else? So yeah, that's just kind of what it is. That is my heart for you on today. I believe that's God's heart for us on today. So I wanted to share that. I pray that it makes sense, and I pray that you'll take the opportunity or take the time to really assess yourself and really answer the hard question of, like, do I want me? And if your answer is no in any area, it's simple. It's okay. It don't mean go kill yourself or nothing like that. It simply means get to work, start working on what you need to work on so that you can desire you. Because once you desire you, I believe that will take you to a whole nother other level of having someone else desire you. You know what I'm saying? But, even where you are right today, if you look at yourself and say, I don't want me, there are parts of me that I don't think is cool, that I don't think is straight, like, I'm not okay. If you look at yourself and that's where you are, then that's just your truth. But God still wants you, okay? He wants you today, just as you are. He still wants you. You might not want you, but with God's help, you can become a better version of yourself where you like, you know what? I like this version of me. So that's just kind of what it is today. I hope that it makes sense. Yeah, that's all I got. And in the meantime, just remember that you're loved, you're chosen, you're beautiful, you are enough. And I think you're kind of dope too. That's it. Love y'all. Bye.
Thank you for tuning into Real Talk today with another moment in the meantime. To stay connected with Be Real and all things ITMT, please visit her website at www.brittneyreal.com and subscribe to her email list. Follow her on Instagram at b.real, REEL, or like her Facebook page at Brittney L. Real. Until next week, remember that you're loved, chosen, beautiful, and enough.